Most buyers walk into a home showing and get completely hypnotized by the staging. They see the quartz countertops, the fresh paint, the beautiful furniture, and they forget to ask the questions that really matter. And that's exactly how smart people end up buying a money pit. If you want to protect your wallet and your sanity, you need to stop focusing on the pretty stuff and start asking the hard questions. So today I'm sharing my personal showing checklist, the exact questions that separate happy homeowners from the ones with major regrets. I'm Vilija Truelove. For over 20 years, I've helped families buy and sell homes right here in the Durham region. And I've also helped them avoid some very expensive mistakes. If you want to talk about buying or selling, you can book directly onto my calendar. The link is in the description below. So I've walked through a lot of homes, and I can tell you this: the smartest buyers aren't the ones who fall in love first. They're the ones who ask the hardest questions. So let's break those questions down into 3 buckets: the condition, the costs, and the strategy. So first, we need to talk about the physical house. You need to know the age of what I call the big 3: the roof, the windows, and the HVAC system, so the heating and the cooling. You don't want to just look at them, you want to ask for dates. So question 1, how old is the roof and has it ever had leaks or repairs? Question 2, how old are the furnace and the air conditioner? Because if that furnace is 25 years old, you might not just be buying a house, you could also be buying a $5,000 replacement bill your first winter in the home. Question 3, how old are the windows? Are they original or have they been replaced? Old windows don't just affect comfort, they affect heating costs, noise, and future expenses. Here's a pro tip that some buyers and even some agents miss. If the home has vinyl windows, look inside the window frame. Many manufacturers actually stamp the production date right into the frame, so go look for it. If you see a date from the late 80s, you could be buying a $15,000 to $20,000 window replacement down the road. And you definitely want to know about that before you make an offer. And don't forget this follow-up question: have there been any recent repairs, water issues, or insurance claims? That question often reveals things you'll never see during a showing, and maybe not even during a home inspection, like a basement flood from 2 years ago that was fixed, but could still be causing issues. So once you know that the house is solid, the next question is simple: can I actually afford to live in it? To help with that, question 4, what are the average monthly utility bills? In older Durham region homes especially, insulation varies wildly. You don't want to be surprised by a $500 heating bill in January. Question 5, are there any rental items? Hot water tanks are common, but I've also seen rental furnaces, water softeners, even air conditioners. Ask it clearly: is there any equipment in this home that's not owned outright? Those monthly payments can really add up fast. Okay, so you like the house. Now the question becomes, how do I get the best deal? Question 6, why is the seller moving? Are they relocating for work, downsizing, or just testing the market? A seller who needs to move by September because of work is very different from one who's perfectly happy waiting. We won't always get an answer to this, but it's always worth asking. Question 7, how long has the home been on the market and have there been any offers? If it's been sitting for 60 days with no bites, or if they had an offer and the deal fell apart, you might be able to have leverage. You always ask why an offer collapsed as well. Was it financing, or did the home inspection uncover something serious that now has to be disclosed? So before we wrap up, there's one last thing, and it really has nothing to do with the house itself. You can fix a roof, you can replace windows, but you cannot renovate the neighborhood. Instead of assuming anyone can fully know the neighbors unless they've lived right next door to them, here's a smart approach. Question 8, what should I know about the area and what should I personally look into? Then you want to do your own homework. Drive the street at different times of day, come back in the evening or on a weekend and have a walk around. You might even be able to actually meet the neighbors. Listen for traffic and noise. Also, look for development application signs nearby. That quiet field behind the house could be a condo tower in 3 years, and that could drastically change the value of the home. I do also have one more bonus tip for you. After you've seen 3 or 4 homes, or 20, they all start to blur together. So before you leave the driveway, pull out your phone and record a 30-second video recap and answer as many of these questions as you can. Say, this is the house with the old windows, the great kitchen, and that weird smell in the basement that needs to be investigated. 3 days later, when everything blends together, that video will be gold. Buying a home is emotional, but the right questions help keep you grounded. So tell me in the comments, what's one thing you forgot to check in a past home that you regretted later? And if you're house hunting in the Durham region and want someone in your corner who asks these questions before you commit, all my contact information is in the description below. You can book onto my calendar or just send me a text or an email. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.